Improving the global competitiveness of South Africa's automotive manufacturing industry is vitally important to our economy. In this ACTIONaBr pod, NAACAM Executive Director Rene Muthalal unpacks the key drivers that will support sustained success within the industry, as highlighted in the South African Automotive Benchmarking Club's annual competitiveness report released in Roslyn in early June 2017.
The automotive sector remains a priority manufacturing sector in South Africa. It contributed 7.4% in its wider form to the GDP in South Africa last year. And that's not a small feat when one considers the breadth of the South African economy. It's commonly known that the largest economic spin-offs in supporting an automotive sector lies in its base of component production. From employment to cross-cutting technology and skills development, service, business opportunities, all of those find themselves significantly heightened when an economy has a deep and embedded value chain or base of component supply. The role of government in supporting this industry should not be underestimated. There is sufficient global evidence of what happens when a government decides to pull its support of the sector, as we've seen in the recent demise of the Australian autos manufacturing sector. Unlike Australia, South Africa doesn't have the luxury of absorbing those jobs and business opportunities into other sectors in the country. Having said that, it should not mean that as a supplier base we should not ourselves always be looking to ensure that we remain ahead or at least on the curve. The benchmarking and comparison with other global locations such as India, Hungary, Thailand, Mexico helps us reveal blind spots in our own sector and highlight opportunities for improvement. Conversely, it will show areas where we are strong and can make even more cases for increased localization rates. To that extent, we thank those suppliers and members who have been involved in this process, and we encourage those who haven't as yet to begin participating in the benchmarking activities. We also intend releasing a quarterly snapshot type report that reflects on key competitiveness metrics, including domestic localization rates, employment, as well as a range of quality and performance metrics. That information is as important as knowing how many vehicles are sold in the market and to which market those are sold. So from the second half of this year, we'll also be releasing that on a quarterly basis. As important as the data is, so are the recommendations that accompany it. And in this context, we often hear a phrase that is mentioned in various circles, but remains as important for the work we do and the sector in which we operate. And that is quite simple: control the controllables.